Hello, everyone. Miss Debbie here. How are you today? As you can see, the setting sun is behind me and casting its long shadows. So it's soon time for bed. You know what? Lily White's party. Yeah. So just a way of greeting everyone, we sing, "Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you today?" So it's a hot day and hot, sticky, but that's okay. It's still summer, and that's what we love about summer. Just playing in the pool, maybe a little pool or a slip and slide or just a sprinkler. And some of my friends have gone to camp, to summer camp, and they're loving it because they get away from, family and brothers and sisters and babies, and they get to be with new friends and new teachers and play new games. You do have to wear your mask when you go to camp, but whatever. It's the way of the world, and you know why we're wearing our mask to keep the germs out. So, um, so I revised my little song for my friends who went to camp. Sometimes my mommy brings me over to summer camp to play. Sometimes she's gone a little while, and sometimes she's gone all day. But my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back to get me. My mommy comes back, she always comes back, she never would forget me. And she wouldn't. So let's settle in. Put on your coolest cotton pajamas and maybe go to bed early because it's been so hot. But you could still go outside and chase a few fireflies first, as soon as it gets dark. Maybe listen for the ice cream man and um, and just have a good evening. Okay. So um, our first book today is called "That's Me Loving You" by Amy Krauss Rosenthal. It's a sweet book. And here's a squirrel mommy loving her little one. Do you have squirrels in your yard? I've got plenty. You can come and get my squirrels if you want. Ooh, look at that bird in the tree. Aren't they beautiful pictures? I think I'd like to paint that. Wherever you are, wherever you go, always remember and always know. That shimmering star, that's me winking at you. That drifting cloud, that's me thinking of you. That inviting ocean, that's me waving at you. That clap of thunder, that's me raving about you. You're the best. And I'll shout it to the sky. That persistent mosquito, that's me bugging you. That butterfly on your shoulder, that's me hugging you. Have you seen butterflies lately? I'm outside. I can see one in my garden right now. It's yellow. That bright sun, that is me beaming at you. Beaming means smiling. It's such a big sunny face. That beautiful rainbow, that's me dreaming of you. That pouring rain, that's me missing you. That soft breeze, that is me kissing you. That feeling you always have in your heart, that's me loving you. Whether we're together or apart, there you are going to camp. That's me loving you. Remember, I love you. I love you. That's in baby sign language. I love you. I love you. Skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you. Skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skidamarinka-dink-a-dink, skidamarinka-doo. I love you. I love you. That's the short and sweet way to say it. So, just a little reminder, the library is open for picking up books only. Okay, so you can't go inside yet, but you can go into the lobby and pick up books that you placed on hold. So you can place books on hold by calling the library or going to the library page and catalog and ordering the books. And you know your favorite people at the library, Miss Sam and myself, Miss Debbie, will pick your books and put them in the lobby with your name on it. And then you just come by whenever you want between 10 and 4 and go into the lobby and just look for the pile of books with your name on it and take them. They're already checked out to you. So um, you might have to wear your mask in the lobby. Okay, make sure it covers your nose. And then once you get back in your car, you can take it off. So we don't have to wear a mask in our own backyards. So anyway, so what a fun book this is. It's called Dudley Didn't Know. Um, and let's find out what Dudley didn't know. I love this book. It's written and illustrated by John Himmelman. Tudley. Actually, his name is Tudley. I've been calling him Dudley. Dudley is a real name for a boy, and I think maybe the author called him Tudley because he's a turtle or a toad. Toadley. Tudley was a young turtle who lived in a great big pond. He and all the other turtles liked to spend the warm summer afternoons lying in the sun. It was nice being a turtle in the sun. One afternoon, Tudley stretched out on a rock and watched a hummingbird build its nest. The bird dropped a piece of lichen and it landed next to Tudley. And here he is. Ooh, he's just a little turtle. Isn't he cute? I'll get that, said Tudley. He picked up the lichen and flew up to the nest. What? Did turtles fly? Look at that silly turtle. He's flapping his little front paws. Here you go, he said to the hummingbird. What did you just do? Asked the bird. I brought you your lichen, said the turtle. But turtles can't fly, said the bird. can't, said Tudley. I didn't know that. He looked down at the shocked faces of the turtles far below. Did you know that turtles can't fly? He called down. They all just nodded. That night, as Tudley was resting from a long day of flying from here to there and there to here, he watched the fireflies glowing in the dark. Then he heard a tiny little blip. A firefly had fallen into the water beside him. Tudley fished him out. Thank you, said the firefly, but now I am too wet to fly and everyone will be going home soon. So there he is. He put the little firefly on his back and fished him out of the water onto the rock. I will call for help, said Tudley. He lifted his tail in the air and made it glow bright green. Blink, blink, blink went his tail as he signaled to the other fireflies. One of them landed next to the turtle. How did you do that? He asked. Do what? Asked Tudley. Make your tail glow, said the firefly. Turtles can't make their tails glow. They can't? Said Tudley. I didn't know that. He looked at the other turtles who had gathered around him. Their mouths hung wide open. Huh? Did you know our tails don't glow? He asked. They all just nodded their heads. The next morning, a tadpole swam up to Tudley. Look, said the tadpole, I'm growing feet. Look at, he's so cute. But then the tadpole looked sad. I wish I could show my mom. Where is she? Asked Tudley. She's out hopping in the meadow, said the tadpole. I will find her, said Tudley. He's such a good boy. Tudley went to the meadow and found the tadpole's mother. Tudley hopped up alongside her. Come back to the pond and see your tadpole, he said. He's got legs. Oh my, said the frog. As the two of them hopped back toward the pond, the frog looked over at Tudley and said, You are special, dear, aren't you? Why? Asked Tudley. Turtles can't hop, she said. They can't? Said Tudley. I didn't know that. Did you know turtles can't hop? Shouted Tudley as he hopped up to the other turtles. The other turtles blinked and then slowly sunk under the water. That evening, Tudley heard some katydids singing in the trees. Each called from the highest branch it could find. Tudley liked their music and decided to join them. He flew up to the tallest tree at the edge of the meadow. How do you make that beautiful sound? He called to one of the katydids. We rub our wings together, the katydid answered. Ooh. I do not have wings, Tudley thought, but I can rub my arms together. Soon he was singing like the katydids. Hey, turtles can't sing, a katydid shouted. They can't? I didn't know that, said Tudley. Do you know that turtles can't sing? He called down to the other turtles. Oh, I forgot, he thought. The turtles aren't even here. They are back at the pond. Suddenly, Tudley lost his balance. He fell from the tree and landed upside down on a rock. Help, called Tudley. Tudley tried to fly off the rock, but he could not fly upside down. He tried to hop off the rock, but his legs just waved in the air. Tudley was frightened. He saw the fireflies glowing in the air. It gave him an idea. He blinked his tail to call for help. Then Tudley felt something land on his chest. It was the firefly he had saved a while back. I can't get down. If I tip over, I will fall and hurt myself, said Tudley. I saw you needed help and brought some friends, said the firefly. Just then the mother frog and the hummingbird appeared, but the frog, the firefly, and the bird were afraid to move him. I will get the other turtles, said the firefly. They will know what to do. Do you know what to do? If a turtle falls on its back, can't really rock and roll over. Tudley spent the night on the rock, waiting for the slow-moving turtles. He was still scared, but the frog, katydids, and bird kept him company. Morning came, and Tudley still didn't know what to do. Hey, Tudley, what are you doing up there? Called a voice from below. The turtles had arrived. I'm stuck, yelled Tudley. Please help me. We can't get up there, cried the turtles. What should I do? Screamed Tudley. Tuck into your shell, said the turtle. How do I do that? Asked Tudley. Just pull in your head and feet, yelled the turtles. Tudley pulled his head and feet inside his shell. Now what? He called from inside his shell. What do you think that sounded like? Now what? Rock back and forth, yelled the turtles. I will fall and get hurt, cried Tudley. Your shell will protect you, said the turtles. So Tudley rocked back and forth, back and forth. He slipped off the top of the rock and rolled all the way down. The turtles all gathered around Tudley. Are you okay? They asked. Tudley poked his head and then his feet back out of his shell. Look at him, he's just a little turtle. I didn't know I could do that, he laughed. As Tudley flew away, some of the other turtles began to wonder, maybe they could fly too. Nobody ever told them they couldn't. I love this book. I love this book. And I love you too. And I hope you fly in your dreams. There's nothing more exciting than a dream where you fly. So, all right. So that's a nice story to think about while you drift off into Lily White's party. Thinking good thoughts about what you did today. And like yesterday, I went for a hike in the woods and I saw lots of dragonflies. They were flying over a stream. And I just lay in bed and think about how special that was. I saw there were blue ones and a couple of red dragonflies. It's just remarkable. So I remember we've been singing On Top of Spaghetti. And there is a book kind of about the song. But I pulled out a few of the pages that make sense to our song. So, and there's the chef who's making the spaghetti. There's the big bowl of spaghetti with tomato sauce on it and the meatball on top. Yum! Spaghetti and meatballs on top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese. I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed. So in this picture, the mouse sneezed and he blew everything off the plate, the noodles, the tomato sauce, and there goes the meatball flying out the door. Remember what we talked about last week? If you're going to sneeze, you need to cover it. Cover your mouth. Sneeze into your elbow. Never sneeze like right out like that, because why? Spreads germs. That's kind of gross. Let's look at that picture again. Um, yeah, see that mouse? And then he's got all kinds of like stuff coming out. Like, see those dots? I mean, that could be germs. All right, so he sneezed so hard, and there went the meatball. But it's a funny song, and that's what it is. We have funny stories and we have funny songs, and they're not true, but they are hilarious and they make us laugh, laugh, laugh. And then my poor meatball rolled out of the door. Well, this one flew out the door. Then my poor meatball rolled out of the door. It rolled in the garden and under a bush. And then my poor meatball was nothing but mush. But the mush was as tasty could be. And early next summer, it grew into a tree. The tree was all covered with beautiful moss. It grew great big meatballs and tomato sauce. So, if you eat spaghetti all covered with cheese, hold on to your meatball with your fork and don't ever sneeze. So, here's another animal sneezing. Elephant. If you look closely, you can see the droplets coming out of the elephant when he sneezes, and he's holding on to his meatball, and so is this one, but that meatball is flying flying away, and it's going to grow into another meatball tree maybe. Funny. Check the book out of the library, or check a pile of books out of the library. What the heck? Books are good. Books are fun to read before you go to sleep. All right, and what do we do before we go to sleep? Or any time of the day, really. Morning when you wake up, too. This is the way we wash our hands, wash our hands, wash our hands. This is the way we wash our hands before we go to bed. This is the way we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we brush our teeth before we go to bed. This is the way we comb our hair, comb our hair, comb our hair. This is the way we comb our hair before we go to bed. This is the way we blow a kiss, blow a kiss, blow a kiss. This is the way we blow a kiss before we go to bed. You could sing that song in a lot of different ways. Last week we sang it with regard to germs. Okay, this is the way we wash our hands to keep the germs away. We cough in our elbow to keep the germs away. We cover our sneeze to keep the germs away, and we wash it, and we blow a kiss. All right, kissing on the lips to strangers, not a good thing, and it's okay to tell people. Mommies are okay and grandmas are okay, but other people, that you don't see all the time, if they want to come up and give you a kiss, just say, I'll blow you a kiss. Here, catch it. This is called The Cow Who Clucked by Denise Fleming. I love Denise Fleming's books because they have such big, beautiful pictures. And you can draw pictures like this with crayons. Or at least color them in. The Cow Who Clucked. Now here's a rooster saying cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Can you make that sound? Love it. My neighbors have chickens in the backyard. They make a lot of noise. They go cluck, 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 cock-a-doodle-doo. They're very rarely quiet. One morning, Cow woke up to find she had lost her moo. The first thing I must do, said Cow, is find my moo. When she opened her mouth to moo, what came out? Cluck. Mm. What should a cow sound like? Moo. Well, off she went to find her moo. Cow went to pig. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Woof, woof, said dog. It is not you who has my moo, said cow, and on she went. Woof, woof, the dog said woof, 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 woof. Bark, bark, arf, arf. Cow stopped to nibble some grass. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Bzz, bzz, said the bee. It is not you who has my moo, said cow, and on she went. Cow passed cat. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Meow, said cat. Oh, it is not you who has my moo, said cow, and on she went. Cow cooled her feet in the creek. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Glub, glub, said fish. It is not you who has my moo, said cow, and on she went. Cow spotted duck. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Quack, quack, said duck. Oh, not you who has my moo, said cow, and on she went. Cow crossed the meadow. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Ma, ma, said the goat. It is not you who has my moo, said cow, and on she went. Mouse darted past cow. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Squeak, squeak, said mouse. It is not you who has my moo, said cow, and on she went. Cow stepped round snake. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Hiss, said snake. It is not you who has my moo, said cow, and on she went. By the way, I was walking with a naturalist yesterday, and he showed us things in the woods. So on old tree stumps in the ground, there were some holes, and he said they were chipmunk holes. And chipmunks are very good about building holes because they have these sharp front teeth. And he said, ew, but sometimes the snakes move into the chipmunk holes, and they live there too. So don't really, if you see holes in the ground, I wouldn't go poking. Definitely don't poke your finger into it. Maybe a stick or throw a rock into it, but be careful of those holes in the ground. Cow rested under a tree. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Chee, chee, said squirrel. It is not you who has my moo, said cow, and on she went. Cow spied owl. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Hoo, hoo, said owl. It is not you who has my moo, sighed cow. And she headed for the barn. Now it was the end of the day. The beginning of the day, the rooster was crowing, cock-a-doodle-doo, and now it's the end of the day when the cows come home. Cow shuffled past hen. Cluck, cluck, said cow. Moo, said hen. Hen, cried cow, it is you who has my moo. And hen was so happy to have her cluck back because she didn't want to say moo. Her children didn't know who she was. So hen says cluck and cow says moo. And everybody made their own animal sounds, howling at the night sky. Ow, ow! The end. Another favorite book. If you have any requests, don't forget you could call the library. And if you have a favorite book, just say, "Could Miss Debbie read my favorite book?" I'll be happy to. Um, until the library opens and we can maybe come in and do that. But in the meantime, we have these lovely personalized story time videos, and Miss Sam is doing them, and I'm doing them, and you could find others too on different websites and library sites, and it's kind of fun because you could watch them whenever you want. So now it's time for Lily White's party, and you know what? Mother sings, "Go hippity hop to bed. I'd rather stay up instead. When mother says must, there's nothing but just go hippity hop to bed. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away." Good night. I love you. Sweet dreams, and have fun tomorrow.